Hey, you, pay attention. What I'm going to tell you may just change your life. Even he agrees. So, store brands and private labels, what are those, you may ask? Well, if you've ever heard of Trader Joe's or Aldi rather, A-L-D-I, those are two of the more popular private label brands here in the US. So what are they? What does it mean to be a private label? Well, Trader Joe's, for example, according to a Forbes article I read, 80% of what they sell is a store brand or private label good. And all that means is it's not going to say Tide or Cheerios or some big brand that you would maybe recognize from marketing and things like that. It may say something like Trader Joe's or maybe some other name, but it's still under their umbrella. And if you look on the back of the box or the bottle, you'll see distributed by Trader Joe's. However, just because it's a store brand doesn't mean that it's low quality. And in fact, what's inside that store brand package may be the same exact thing that's inside one of the name brand things. This is because Trader Joe's, Aldi's, these other guys will actually work with those main manufacturers to create these products. Trader Joe's isn't going to go and build a factory for every single type of item. They work with existing manufacturers to make these things. And there actually been, if you look some things up online, you can see like, oh, these Rice Crisps look a lot like these other Rice Crisps under this brand name. They may be the same exact thing. They taste the same. They have the same ingredients. So the point is, with the private label, you're getting a more affordable product, and because they don't have to pay for marketing and things like that. And it may be just as good a quality. So what's the downside? Well, besides not being able to get that exact brand that you may care about, you're going to lose out a little bit on selection. Whereas a regular grocery store may stock 50,000 different items, Trader Joe's, per that Forbes article, sells only around 4,000. So all that means is when you're going to buy pasta sauce, instead of having 80 different sauces to choose from 15, 20 different brands, maybe you only have 10 sauces to choose from one or two brands. Not that big a deal in my opinion. In fact, if you're someone who struggles making decisions, it makes your life a little easier. We actually went to Aldi's for the first time a few weeks ago. We happened to be in the area and we needed to get some groceries and we saw it. We're like, hey, let's try it out. So we actually took some pictures, and we even include some pictures of the product so you can see the different brand names that they use. But if you flip them over, you'll see that distributed by Aldi on the back. Let me tell you about some of the things that we specifically enjoyed about Trader Joe's, since that's where we had more of our experience. When we moved out to La La Land, also known as Los Angeles, we had never heard of Trader Joe's or even the store brand concept, to be honest. And so when we went there, we were exposed by our friends to Trader Joe's, and man, we really enjoyed it. One of the things that they do really well is sell cheap alcohol. And if you know anything about us, then you know that we like cheap things and alcohol. So if you aren't familiar with it, there's something called $2 Chuck. Yeah, and what it is a bottle of wine that costs $2. The full name is called Charles Shaw, and today it's actually gone up to like $3. But they introduced this wine years and years ago, and it was extremely successful. They also have beer of different kinds, which is kind of like a craft-like, like a craft beer, not like craft cheese, a craft-like quality. And it's really just about $1 a beer, pretty affordable. With the beers too, that's where they have some fun with the names. Their Mexican beer they call Trader Jose. Maybe if they had a French beer, they call it Trader Jacques. I can't think of the other ones, but they have some cool names like that. Oh, and we got a bottle of vodka for $3. A bottle of vodka for $3. It was quite insane. Now, before you go, well, Reed, that's so cheap because it's not any good. Well, especially with the wine and the beer, I've actually read and seen things where, sommeliers and beer experts have tried these things. And they actually give a green thumb of approval on a lot of them. Now, they don't say everyone is good, so if you're curious, go online, do a little searching, and you can find out which ones taste the best. A couple of other things that Trader Joe's really well is healthy snacks and then appetizers and frozen foods. They have all kinds of pre-made meals and appetizers and things like that you can buy and throw in your microwave or the oven for a little bit, and you can pretend like you made it yourself. And they're actually pretty good. And again, lots of people have done things online where they compare them so you can find out which ones are more of a hit and more of a miss, but we recommend you looking into it a little bit. So to summarize, with these private label or store brand stores, you may not get that name brand that you like, but you're really not missing out on that much. Sometimes you're getting the exact same product, or maybe one that's a little different but could be in a good way. And you may find out that the store brand is actually the brand you start to prefer. So with a little less variety to choose from, you actually end up getting a lot of savings. So check out store brands, private brands, and change your life.